Hey, AfterBuzzers and Siesta Key fans, we are talking about Season 2, Episode 5, How Am I a Lot to Handle? This episode was super emotional, also filled with so much drama, but it's like that every week, so we shouldn't be surprised. We cannot wait to break it all down for you, so don't go away right after this.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Guys, it's a new transition into the show.
Not quite Carly Rae
prepared.
Jepsen, but it's
We
still
miss
great.
her. We miss her.
We do miss her. Welcome back, guys, to another Tuesday talking about Siesta Key. I know I say this every week, but it is my favorite show to talk
good.
about. It is so good. It is so juicy. But before we get into it, we got to introduce our lovely panel. To the far left, I've got Kaylee Stump. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. We missed you last week.
I know. I'm so sad I missed last week, but I'm so happy to be back. I'm all caught up, and I feel like relationships came to a head tonight. There was a lot of emotions. A lot has been revealed. Like, we got real deep tonight.
Very deep.
A lot to talk about.
A lot to discuss. DJ Berlou.
Ooh,
I'm getting better,
yes,
right?
Yes, you are. Yes. Oh my gosh. What's up, you guys? Oh my goodness. I cried off like my eyeliner and mascara a little bit in this
Oh my
episode. It was really
gosh.
emotional, but yeah, it was really good. Like, these episodes are getting better.
They're
and
getting better and better. This
Yeah.
season, really, they are going in strong.
Oh yeah.
Katie Wolski, what are you thinking?
Hey. Yeah, very emotional. I'm really excited to talk about Canvas, though. I love her.
Yeah.
Very intrigued by her backstory and just like such a strong woman.
She is. She definitely is. And it is nice to kind of get to know her as a cast member because they kind of shunned her a little bit last season. We didn't get to see too much of her. So it is fun to finally get to know who she is as a person. Hey guys, Allie Nasta here, and we are going to jump right in. So let's start off the bat with our favorite couple. Sometimes I'm like favorite, and I'm not sure, but you know,
Favorite to
we're
talk
getting
about.
there. We're getting there. They showed a lot more cutesy relationship vibes
Emotions.
this episode. Yeah.
Towards each
Alex
other.
called her pretty. We were all. Is that sad that we were shocked?
I know. He calls his girlfriend beautiful. We're like, oh,
Yes,
And they said,
that's
I love
sweet. Yeah.
Like we were super
It's
excited
sad.
about that. It is
sad.
pretty sad. But something that I was very intrigued by between them was Alex was super in defense of Juliet and really, really, really wanted to dive deep on getting Kara and Chloe to fight at each other. He was really trying to make them fight. And Juliet was like loving it. But it was weird because I feel like he goes back and forth, especially because last episode when he was talking to Kara, he seemed a little bit uneasy about how he felt. But then this episode, he's like, nope, done with Kara.
Yeah.
They thrive on the drama.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. And I think, Alex and Juliet, they had a rocky start, but maybe Alex has a strategy possibly to kind of divert Juliet's attention away from just focusing on Kara and him and more so like trying to face Kara off, make her look like the evil person, which maybe she possibly is. So it's working because now Juliet's like, oh, he's on my side. He's trying to, paint this bad picture of Kara. And I'm just like, okay, all right, Alex, I think he knows what he's doing.
That is brilliant, DJ.
Yeah.
That like it shouldn't be such like a science, but you're right.
She did it. She did it.
You broke it down.
dissected it,
you
you know?
dissected it. That is exactly, I think, what's happening. Like,
Thank you.
I
Curtsy.
mean,
Brilliant.
if you guys think so in the chat, please let us know. Kaylee is in there.
Yes.
But yeah, I think you're right because he was I've never seen Alex be so excited about drama, even though he's like, oh, I don't want it to happen. He legitimately led Chloe and Juliet right to this entire explosion, and he was so ready for it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be in the middle of it anymore. So he's just like, all right, you two, boom. And I'm just going to
And then
step back.
I bet he loved kicking them out too. That was just like the cherry on top. He was just like, you know what, guys? I think you should just leave.
Yeah, he
so
said,
funny.
I think part of him likes to please Juliet when it comes to the drama. So he was like kind of on his high horse, was like, I'm going to kick them out. And then Juliet will be happy and we'll go on having a fun night because he was like on her side that night. Sometimes he gets really, really sick of her drama, but sometimes he kind of just slips into it.
Yeah, he feeds right into it.
Yeah.
Which leads us to the whole Kara and Chloe situation. So let's talk about how Chloe really feels like Kara was not having her back. And let's not forget that Kara has mentioned multiple times that she's a lot to handle. So do you feel like this is betrayal? Do you feel like Chloe had the right to feel the way she did and to get as angry as she did?
I think Chloe had the right to feel upset, but definitely not the way she popped off on Kara. I think, Kara probably shouldn't have said what she said to Alex, but I do think that Kara cares. Wow, Kara cares for Chloe. A lot of C's. That she cares for Chloe, even though, like, maybe she, honestly, I think Chloe would be, a lot to handle as a friend, as we see.
Yeah.
Like, she kind of flip-flops friendships sometimes, and I think that's frustrating. And, there's a little truth to, I think, what Kara said, and I don't think that maybe she should have went to that level with her at such a public event.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I think what bothered me about that confrontation between Chloe and Kara, Chloe has every right to feel upset. I get it, but Kara could have done a better job defending herself.
She's not good at communicating.
That's
She's
the thing.
not.
But she mentioned in the beginning, I forgot who she was mentioning to, I think Garrett in the beginning of the episode, that she felt in Miami, Chloe was kind of acting indifferent towards her because she was around her friend group. And that's what made Kara feel uncomfortable. And I think in her defense, that's what she meant by saying Chloe is a lot to handle because she doesn't know, I guess she's kind of second guessing her intentions as a friend because of the friend group, or,
You're like a guru. I'm agreeing with everything you're saying when you're dissecting these, and I'm just
know.
like,
This episode was real. Okay, I was paying attention. I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah, no, but DJ
Wow.
is pulling out all the stops and he is checking them off one at a time. No, but seriously, I do agree, and I think that she should have communicated better. I think they both could. Chloe does have a problem with just jumping off right at the bat, and like, she does thrive on the drama. So instead of just being like, you know what, Alex, this is your night. I'm not going to take care of this right now. You know what? Get them out of here, and we'll discuss it tomorrow. I think that's something she could have done because, they're probably going to have a sober conversation in a couple episodes, and then they're going to forgive each other, and we're going to go back to being friends again, just like it happens with every other relationship on the show. Yeah. But I think it is something where Kara was using it. Yeah, she was uncomfortable about like the way that Chloe was treating her at the party, but Kara was using the whole she's a lot to handle as a defense mechanism and using it to get people on her side. And I think it's one thing to just like bring it up, like, you know what, she's a lot to handle, but I love her. I'm just a little upset that she's not there for me, and like I'm gonna approach her about it. She was using that because I think she also knows she is going to plant some seeds somewhere, and like it's gonna start cause drama too. Like I don't believe she's fully innocent in this, and she's not, but I also don't think that Chloe should have just jumped on her like that.
Yeah, Chloe was guns a-blazing, and I feel like she secretly kind of loved that Alex and Juliet were kind of on her side, and she's like, come with me, let's talk to Kara about this. And she just like popped off on her, and she kind of went into it knowing that she wasn't gonna believe whatever Kara said. Like you could tell that there was no like her defending herself.
Right.
She was gonna go in there, yell at her, and then leave and hang with Juliet and Alex. And she secretly just loves to always be part of their group. So even though she does, like when she's on the outside, that's when she brings in, she needs someone to get back in. Then when she's back in, she'll kind of like cut that person off. It seems like.
And she did call Alex her best friend again. So
Yeah.
It always comes back to that.
that came out of nowhere, right?
I was thinking the same thing because she kept being like, that's my best friend. This is my best friend's house. So she's using. Sometimes I feel like she uses best friend lightly because from what it seems is that they're just friends right now. And Juliet seems to use her as a pawn just as much as Chloe kind of uses her as a pawn as well. Like they just use each other and their games to manipulate and get each other sucked into a bunch of drama. And so I get it. They can all be friends, but the like best friend part was a little alarming because you're like, okay, but I think it was just the heat of the moment kind of thing where you're just like angry and you have been best friends with them at one point in your life. So I don't know. Very confusing. There's just so many different like friendships that are constantly on the outs that you never know. Like it just it's always changing. People are always hating each other. Like are
hooking
they
up?
Right. Who even knows? But we have something that we'd like to share with you guys, and we just want to say thank you so much for letting us talk to you every week about our favorite show and about this drama.
Of course. So, guys, before we move on to our next topic, we just wanted to say thank you so much for making us the ESPN of TV talk. And for us to continue to grow, we could use your help. So, if you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation with us. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us in doing what we love. So don't forget to tell your friends and keep enjoying all our shows. I know there's something on our website, playlist, anything else that you guys will love to hear and listen to.
Definitely. And we just love you guys and we're so thankful. And please comment below. Let us know what you want us to add every week. If there's anything specific you want to talk about, we're here for you. You guys are basically like our extended hosts. So we appreciate you so, so much. But moving on to other topics, other than we finally got some more drama other than just Juliet, Alex, and Chloe this episode. I feel like everybody had a fair shot of their airtime and it got really down to the nitty gritty. Man, where do we even begin? Because there's so much. I think
Such a good question. Question of the night. Where do we
literally.
begin?
I want to get back into, since we're talking about Chloe, let's get into the whole Jacob, Jared, Kelsey situation.
Oh my God, finally.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So this is a very short encounter, but Chloe obviously sees an opportunity because she sees that that Jared and Jacob are around in the same circle talking to each other. Did you agree with her statement when she was mad at, like, they were yelling at each other when Kelsey showed up to her work? She said, how would you even let them talk to each other? Like, they were having a full-on conversation. Did you think that was wrong of Kelsey to kind of let that play out?
There was nothing she could do. I mean, Jared approached them, and so she had to play it down and play it cool and be like, oh, you look nice. Like, act as if they were friends, because obviously her boyfriend knew nothing about her past with Jared. And I thought it was super awkward that Jared even approached them. Like, what was he? Was he just trying to, like, get under her skin?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you can tell, like, he's still saying that he's, like, there for her. So, I think, like, once the boyfriend goes away again, like, I don't know, maybe we might see him do something, try it again.
Well, he had mentioned to Brandon when they were getting ready, he said he's still going to go after Kelsey regardless.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I mean, he said he's in it for the long haul. So, I think it's... You can kind of, I guess, respect it, but also at the same time you can't, because she has a boyfriend, so why are you even trying to test the waters there when it's just you just need to let her go. Let her, if she wants to come back to you, but clearly this is just a bad situation to get yourself involved in, and you shouldn't. So I think Jared should not have gone up to them.
It's this game he's playing because he knows Kelsey is trouble, and I don't know if his feelings towards her are truly genuine, but I think it's like I said, a game to him. He wants to kind of show Kelsey's true colors and maybe in a weird way kind of tempt her or something like that, just to break up their relationship, because clearly it might be working.
Well, I think it's...
I know. He can do it. He can test the waters because he knows that she'll
well, it's happened before, so
and it could happen again.
Right.
And I think he kind of wants what he can't have. And legitimately, Kelsey yelled at him last episode and basically was like, stop. And I think maybe that was like a trigger for him to want to continue, which obviously I just never understood that mentality. Like, if someone tells me to stop, I'm going to stop. You know what I mean? So it will be really interesting to see how that plays out. But obviously, Chloe was not going to stop at just letting that be what it was.
The second she saw the three of them together, she pounced on it. She had that comment ready.
Oh, she did.
Did you see the smile on her face?
She was like living her best Chloe life.
Oh yeah, typical Chloe.
She was so excited. But something that I found a little, I mean, I guess if you're gonna have someone jump into your conversation and then just kind of throw that dagger and then leave, what do you really do from there? But I was really confused by the handful of fake, like that. Kelsey I feel like she just didn't know what to say back, so she said that.
So upset.
And she was nervous, so she said that, but I was just very like, I don't really know what's happening.
It was awkward.
And at that point, I honestly did not realize that Chloe didn't know that they had kissed.
Yes.
I thought she knew.
Me too.
Same.
Yes, which leads us to, obviously, so Kelsey tells Jacob what had happened, but she said there's rumors going on, and she said we all went to the beach.
And then why did she
Right.
go on about taking her pants off? I was like, where is this going?
She got
And then-
really descriptive.
yeah,
really weird.
that was bizarre. And then I thought she was obviously going to say, he kissed me, I pulled away, and then I left, like she's been telling everyone, which is also kind of, nah.
Even her boyfriend was just so confused. Like, where is this? He was
Yeah.
probably
Right.
thinking, where's
He
this
was
conversation
like-
going? I was thinking that too. I'm like, Kelsey, what are you saying, girl? Like,
I know.
What?
Which then
Yeah.
she kind of backed herself into telling Chloe the truth, because then Chloe
That
said,
was
wait,
hysterical.
you kissed? She had no idea. And then Chloe was like, this is something that I also have to state. Yes, Chloe stirs the drama, but she mostly only tells facts. You know what I mean? She just
Yeah.
likes to fact check everybody
Yeah,
and
it's
put it
true.
out there on a platter and then walk away. You know? So instead of just knowing, like, obviously we all know rumors about people or whatever, but we don't necessarily go repeat those rumors. We
Yeah.
don't repeat that. You just kind of take it in. You're like, ooh, that sucks. And you walk away and you don't say anything. But Chloe loves to just tell everybody exactly what the other person says because she believes they deserve to know it. But in this situation, do you think Chloe should have stayed out and just kind of sat back and let Kelsey and Jacob figure things out on their own?
You know, for me personally speaking, me as the viewer and wanting people to expose their lies,
Yeah.
I'm team Chloe. But, you know, if I was in, I guess, Kelsey's position or any other friends, I probably would have been like, Chloe, shut the hell up.
Right.
Don't say anything.
Yeah, Kelsey is right. I mean, she tells Chloe to get out of her business, and she does have no right to be in her business. And Kelsey knows also from season 1 how in people's business Chloe can be. Remember when she used to track people on Snapchat?
Literally, I don't even think to
That's
do
so
that. I
funny.
forget that feature
Me
exists.
too.
Yeah.
She thinks of it all. So Kelsey knows her way, Chloe's ways. But yeah, she didn't. Need to
I
be
don't
in
know.
her
I
business.
think that Kelsey shouldn't let Chloe's comments get to her. Like, she basically spiraled because she said Jared was her beach buddy. I mean, there's not much content to that. So, I mean, Jacob could have
Or
thought of
context.
anything. He didn't, right. Oh, sorry. Did I just say
No, both.
content? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But I think
But you
also,
know-
I agree, but also, too, it's because she's guilty. You know,
Right.
when you're guilty of something, it's going to make you spiral out because then you're trying to defend yourself. Because in your head, you're
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I know what I did was wrong, so I need to defend myself. But everybody else is like, why are you defending yourself? I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure her, like in Jacob's mind, he might have thought, like, oh, like maybe they all hang out at the beach together. They live by the beach.
Right. That was my first thought. Maybe if I was her boyfriend.
But she knew deep down how wrong and how
Right.
bad
And
the
then the fake,
situation
fake, fake,
was.
fake, fake, fake came out.
That's what came out. Oh my god, Kelsey!
Oh my gosh.
She's out of control.
Yeah. And so obviously this leads us to Jacob and Kelsey going on a break, which I find really interesting because I follow her on social media and you would never know, which obviously that's just like social media for you. And she obviously had to hide some things for the show. But something that I also question is how come Alex and Juliet never have to hide things for the show? They always are allowed to post. Like, they're posting stuff now about how happy they are and, like, you know,
Because they
flowers.
always get back together.
I guess.
Them breaking up is never a breakup. So,
So I guess it's like not a storyline because it's like they're back together, they're not. They're
Yeah.
together, they're
Right.
not. But for like Jacob and Kelsey, this is like a huge storyline. I
yeah.
guess.
I mean, if he's gone for good. He doesn't even live in Siesta Key.
Yeah.
I wish they gave him more time to speak.
Yeah.
God, he said
I
like
wanted
2
to-
words.
Yeah.
I wanted to actually like see their relationship.
He was
now.
getting like pissed more and more upset, and then they like cut it off. She's like, yeah. So anyway, like we didn't kiss.
Yeah.
I need more of the argument.
Yeah. Which we all know that they did kiss. So it's also
Yeah.
very frustrating because we're like, where does this lead us to? Like,
Yeah.
we need to know more.
Wait, so when is she going to tell Jacob?
That'll be interesting.
I have some news coming up later.
Okay,
She tweeted.
okay.
She
We'll
tweeted
save that
about
for
it
later.
tonight.
Ooh.
I cannot wait to get into that.
Oh, yeah.
All these relationship issues, we are not done just yet. Let's get into Brandon, Madison, Ben, and Camille.
Ooh, girl.
my
Was
God.
this not the most uncomfortable situation you've ever watched?
Well, first of all, was Brandon drunk?
Yes,
Yes,
100%.
clearly.
Okay, okay.
I-
Clearly.
I just,
He was kind of like not, like he was like swaying
He
back
had like
and forth.
googly eyes for Madison.
He's not over Madison.
clearly not.
But okay, so let me ask you guys this. And you guys, please answer in the chat too. And I want to know what your thoughts
We
are.
have Tia in the chat.
Oh, hello, Tia. Please let us know what you're thinking. Okay. Do you think this was any bit appropriate to bring up in front of your girlfriend and her boyfriend?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely not. It's not even okay. It's very uncomfortable to even be in the vicinity of an ex,
And just
let
to know
alone.
that they dated, and it's just awkward all around.
Well, and also, let's not forget, they only broke up because he cheated. It's not like her feelings, it was like, oh, let's go our separate ways because we don't like each other anymore. They broke up because he cheated, which means there could possibly still be feelings there. Obviously, we know her history with Ben, but like that doesn't just go away in a night if you like cared about someone. Like they said I love you to each other, and that was a big deal for Brandon. He had never said it before.
That's true.
So when you have those thoughts going on in your mind as a girlfriend, Camille had every right to be upset.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
every right.
Of course.
Brandon is just trouble.
He
Yeah.
really
Can't
is.
trust
And
him.
everyone told Brandon too, like when he would bring it up, they'd be like, "What?" They'd be like, "And how does Camille feel?" Like, and she has the right to.
And
So
yeah, he knows what he's doing.
no one was on his side.
No.
But I think it would be a really bad decision for him to go through with Madison being the lead for his music video.
Yeah, I don't understand why he had to ask Madison in front of her current boyfriend Ben, and then
It was
obviously
a power move.
Yeah, and obviously he wasn't trying to
sure.
do it in front of his current girlfriend, but she swooped right in there because she saw something happening. You know, she clearly doesn't trust him because before he was flirting with that other girl who he was collaborating music with, like, and lying to his girlfriend about it.
Yeah.
Clearly, Brandon has some sort of a motive. I think this had to be done on purpose. He knew what he was doing. He's trying to break off the relationship between Ben and Madison. And
He's
I
trying to
don't-
get in there.
Exactly. And I don't truly think he really cares about Camille or Camilla,
No.
whatever her name is.
Yeah.
So
It's just like someone to be there. From what it seems, from what we've seen so far,
Yeah.
he has not done anything to prove to us that he loves this girl.
right.
You know, like you constantly are telling girls like, oh, like I can hang out with you and then not tell my girlfriend about it. That's just wrong. You don't do that. But also too, you know, I feel like sometimes Madison, I do love her, but she tends to always play like the innocent card. But like you saying yes is also not okay.
Yes.
She didn't even have to think about it. She was like, "Absolutely, yes, yes." And I was just like,
I
that
thought she was going to say,
really
I
soon.
will think about it.
I
and then
thought
she would
so
have
too.
a conversation with Ben, and then it would, you know, they'd
It's
figure it
so
out later.
annoying. Like Madison worked so hard to
Yes.
finally get into that official relationship status with
Right.
Ben.
Yeah.
And now I feel she's screwing it up by doing that. You know what she did. And
Do you think she said yes,
messy.
yes, absolutely yes, as like a I don't know what I'm saying and I'm just gonna say something, like she was nervous, or she actually was like, oh my gosh, I'd love it.
I think she was. You
Genuine.
don't think she was nervous?
Oh,
I thought she was kind of nervous, and she does play like the I'm the nice girl card.
Yeah.
And she is a very sweet girl, I'm sure, but I think she loves to be very sweet and sympathetic to people. So, you know, if someone asks her like a favor, she's more than happy to be like, yes, of course, because she's sweet Madison. I don't
Yeah.
think she fully thought it through.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I think the complete opposite, because if my ex, who cheated on me, slept with another girl after he told me he loved me, came up to me asking to be in a music video that he wrote a song about me, I'd be like, no. I'm with Ben. He's way better than you, way cuter. Like, I would not say yes in a second.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, no,
agree.
it is kind of a fine line that you have to draw, and I feel like if you are in a relationship in your 20s, or it doesn't have to be, I don't know, I take that back, but anyways, if you're in a relationship and you're dating that person, they're your boyfriend or girlfriend, I feel like you shouldn't have feelings towards the other person or like even want to be involved with your ex. So as much as it'd be cool to like be in a music video, I just feel like that's kind of a slap in the face. I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's like, you know what? I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to have to pass. But I think that there's still feelings there. And I feel like that's something that's going to get brought up again.
And I think those feelings that maybe Madison had were brought up because I just remembered in the last season, Brandon did write, I don't know if it was the same song, but he did write a song for her. So maybe that kind of reminded her about that time, and it just brought up feelings. And in the moment, she was just like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But she
And
wasn't clearly
I guess
thinking.
let's not forget, they are under a little bit of liquid courage and liquid
True.
decision-making thinking, so...
Yeah, Tia in
such a
the
mess.
chat says, Madison better not mess this up. Brandon is a flirt. I feel sorry for his girlfriend. Your ex does not need to be in your music video.
I agree, girl.
I agree.
I agree, Tia.
I'll agree with
Definitely.
you.
Yeah, which, funny enough, Polly is the only one actually giving Brandon, like, he's making sense for once in his life, and he was giving Brandon some lessons. He was like, you know, Jay-Z's got some girls in his videos, but, like, it's not Beyonce.
Right.
Which, like, obviously that doesn't make sense because they're still together, but, like, I understand what he was getting at.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you don't need to have your actual ex in a video about your ex.
Yeah.
That defeats the purpose.
Right.
And it pisses off your current girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Like, I guess it'd be weird if you had your current girlfriend, but I mean, it's a music video. It doesn't mean anything. Just have your current girlfriend in it.
Yeah.
Like,
I have a question though. Do you think Brandon is like this? Like, I know, like, we like joke around and say guys are dumb because they don't ever like sometimes pick up on social cues from girls. But do you think this just like really went over his head when he asked Madison?
I think he's thinking about Brandon and Brandon only.
Okay. So we
Yeah.
don't think he's just being a dumb guy.
I think he was being a little drunk and it gave him liquid courage. Like, I don't think he would have asked that night had he not been drunk.
Yeah.
I think he probably has been thinking about it for a while, and this is what gave him the courage to go up to her. And he was just drunk, where he didn't care if Ben was. He doesn't know Ben on a personal level to care about how he's gonna feel about something. So I agree with Kaylee. He's just thinking about Brandon, and then it just gave him the push.
Yeah, total.
Man. Well, let's move on to Polly, who's finally making sense for one time in his life. I
Yes.
thought it was very sweet that they brought on his grandma Beverly.
Oh,
And
that was so cute.
she was such a sweetheart, and I think it did give us a little context as to who Polly is. Obviously, we all get so frustrated about the things he says. He is a little too much to take in, even, like, it's just too frustrating to watch. But he has gone through a lot in his past. And so he's lost two parents back to back, and he just kind of spiraled. And obviously, we find out that he got $500,000 from his father or whatever. And I think as he's explaining this, I'm all kind of like, what? No, what? But that's a lot to go through. And he didn't have really a figure besides his grandmother there. And it kind of gave a lot of context as, like, kind of how he's a little lost. And I think it was important for the show to show us that, because for us, we just see this crazy kid that doesn't, and, like, we got a little glimpse of this on season 1, but it gave us more context as to who he is.
Yeah. I mean, that was just really sad. And, you know, someone who lost two parents, I could not even imagine what that would be like to kind of have no one there for you anymore. So I definitely get more like why he's maybe drinking so much and smoking weed, you know, maybe to numb some of that pain.
Yeah. It definitely put a lot of things in perspective about who he is and why he acts out the way he does and gets into some trouble. But it was that moment, that scene with him and his grandma, it was very emotional for
Very.
me. And just seeing that, I feel for him. I really do.
Definitely.
He's gone through a lot. And I can't even imagine just losing both parents back to back like that. It's very sad. So I feel for him.
Seeing the context, like you said, of Polly definitely made me like think more about why he does what he does, and also seeing. I mean, he knows that he makes mistakes, and I hope that he grows from all these mistakes that he's making, because he does want to impress his grandma, and obviously he knows when he talks to his grandma that he can be a better person. But I also loved seeing his relationship with his grandma. It made me miss my grandma. It was so sweet. That was just a special moment.
It was, and I really did appreciate the fact that he was being a changed Polly for her, you know, like he was
Yeah.
doing that. But I just hope that, like, maybe he could take that into the rest of his life. Like, maybe he can help, you know, just continue to want to make her proud. But it was a very special moment between the two of them, and I'm really glad we got to see that to give us a little bit more, you know, I've so much sympathy for him. I have no idea what he could possibly have gone through.
Yeah.
And that is something that's really, really, I mean, I just can't even imagine. I can't even put it into words.
Yeah.
But,
And when he said, like, I don't want to lose
Oh,
you too,
gosh.
that's when I
was-
lost
that-
it.
that
I was,
was
like,
terrible.
oh no, grandma.
yeah.
Not grandma.
That
So
was
sweet.
that was really hard. Speaking of other hard conversations to
Yeah.
have, I think Canvas is so strong for coming out on camera to talk about the things that she's gone through. And you can tell it's really freaking hard. And I'm just so moved by how she's doing this. And I can tell, I think she's doing it to help others that might be going through something like this. But, I mean, her mom left at 16. Her dad left at 13. When you're watching this and you're watching her mom kind of combat her and not listen, how is that making you guys feel? Because I know it was making me feel super angry, and I can only imagine what Canvas is feeling.
I was extremely frustrated watching that. And I was, before the conversation even started, I had high hopes that the mom would acknowledge, the mistakes that she's done and how her decisions affected her daughter. Because you can see that, and it also gave me a perspective into seeing how Canvas is, how she can't get close to people, with the relationships and everything. So Canvas is pouring her heart and soul out, and her mother is just like saying, oh, what should I have done? Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do.
Yeah.
How are you going to ask your daughter to tell you what to do as a mom? What?
So
There's a total disconnect.
That was the whole point of her saying, I needed you, and you weren't there for me.
Like, you
That
are
was
the
the whole
mom,
point.
you're supposed to know, but obviously that's a type of person that probably should not have had children.
the one thing that killed me the most that I was so livid when I heard this. She said, my perception and your perception are just different. And that was heartbreaking to even watch her say those words.
Yeah, because clearly her mother has no idea what she has done to her daughter. And there will always be a disconnect, and she'll never understand. So, I mean, it was definitely a big step for her mom to fly from Australia, see Canvas, they could have a conversation, but that's as far as it will ever go. I don't think this woman will ever understand what she did to her poor daughter.
It could have been better if her mom just acknowledged everything that she did to affect her and just said, you know what, I'm sorry, but I want to make this work. And they could just move forward. It would have been a huge step in the right direction. But that conversation
there
was
was
just so
barely
bad.
a conversation. I
Yeah.
mean, there was no closure. There was no step forward for the two of them. If anything, it might have been a step backwards.
Yeah, but Canvas is so in touch with the person that she is. She knows all of her issues that she has. She knows why she has them. She knows that she does have them. She knows what she needs to do to move forward and create new relationships. And it's good that she's it's like cathartic for her, it seems like, to come out and talk about all of her issues on this show and to relate to people. And she's just an incredible person.
Yeah.
I have so much respect for her.
You, Canvas.
Yes.
love you.
I know.
So-
It's amazing.
Just so much respect. Something that was kind of also hard to watch, but something that I had to remind myself about her and Tawny. Even though, I obviously, am so team Canvas and everything, and I want her to get her happy story. I want her to get her happy ending of whatever that may be. Something that I kept reminding myself is, with her and Tawny, she specifically told Chloe about this and about how she wanted to, make that relationship work. And Chloe reminded her, she was like, I just want you to be reminded that she is straight. And if it doesn't work out, I don't want you to be hurt in the end. So that is the only thing that kind of made me feel a little indifferent to her kind of wanting to put that on Tawny when she kind of knew what she was getting into. But I'm glad that they were able to kind of come to a head and realize that they could only be friends. What did you guys think about that?
I mean, I think Tawny did lead her on a little with the kiss, especially with Canvas opening up, saying how she doesn't open up a lot.
Yeah.
And then, they talked about, their preferences. They talked about their love lives a little bit. So I could definitely see where Canvas is coming from when she thought that, there definitely could have been something there. Because from what I saw, I definitely was thinking the same thing up until the point, where Tawny said no. But
It's very interesting because I thought they maybe I don't know what their relationship or how deep their relationship is or friendship is, because Canvas described Tawny as her best friend and someone who she can talk to and open up to and all that. But it kind of just confuses me as to how they didn't really know each other in that moment. Tawny was saying, oh, I'm not into girls like that.
Yeah.
And Tawny obviously knows Canvas is into girls like
Right.
that. So it's weird how Tanya kind of led her on, because I was thinking, oh, maybe Tanya or whatever Tanya is, Tanya T something is into girls, you know?
Yeah.
So
I was thinking that too. I
It's
mean,
very weird.
if someone makes out with me, I kind of assume that they're into me sexually.
exactly.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, she was totally leading her on. And yeah, Canvas was kind of, I don't know, playing with fire, like knowing that she was straight, but obviously she loves to make out with girls, so maybe she's bi as well. Like,
Yeah.
I
But
don't
this
think
leads
Tawny
me to
should've-
my next question then.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that Tawny might just be doing, like, continuing this friendship or relationship or whatever it may be for TV? Because their date was taped.
yeah. I hope not, because Canvas is really opening up to her and, like, obviously in a really about deep, dark things, and it's so difficult for her, like we've said. So I hope it's not for TV.
I don't think so. We saw Tawny get emotional, you know, when Canvas confronted her, and she ended up saying, you know, I really care about you. Like, I want us to have a friendship still. Like, please don't end our friendship over this. And like, I saw her get a little bit emotional. So I don't think that was the case.
I'm glad that she did say that, because I was getting a little worried after she turned down the whole relationship thing. I was worrying about Canvas, because she was just saying how she has trouble letting people in, and she finally found that person. But I'm glad that Tawny was genuine. I felt like she was genuine in that moment, saying, I still want to be friends. And I was like, and then Canvas agreed too, and I was like, okay, that's great, so they can still be in each other's lives, because Tawny gave her that good support system, I felt.
Yeah, I didn't
that she
want
needs.
Canvas to lose another person in her life
Yeah.
after going through all
Right.
of that through the episode. So I was
Yeah.
happy that they remained friends.
Well, really quick, something before we get into news and gossip and our predictions is that I have to bring up in the previews, we realize that Tawny is the one that asked Ben if he had a girlfriend. So that made
beach.
my thoughts stir, and I don't even
Yeah.
know what that means.
Because in the promo for next episode, they're chatting. I forgot what happened, but
They were
they're
like chatting at the bar
Yeah.
or something.
Like
and
she's hitting on him again.
yeah. So I don't know what that all means, and I don't know how that's going to play into the whole Canvas and Tawny situation, but definitely going to stir up some bad blood.
It is unbelievable how much people don't care that other people are in relationships
It's
in
the
this town.
weirdest thing.
It's
Like,
so
unreal.
insane.
I feel like if I see someone and they have a boyfriend, I don't even look at them. Like, I don't even look. I'm like, oh, you have a significant other, cool, bye. Like, I'm not even
Yeah.
looking twice.
This show,
at you.
they're like, oh, you have a boyfriend? What a challenge.
yeah.
Like, I'll get him. Don't worry.
Oh my god!
Don't bring your significant other to Siesta Key. That's all I know.
Ooh, lesson learned.
Hilarious. Jeez.
Lessons learned. Well, we're gonna move over into some news and gossip because Kaylee's got some great tweets for us from the cast.
Yes. Okay. So tonight, before the episode aired, Kelsey went on the defense and she tweeted, "Before tonight's episode, I want to say I'm 21 and make mistakes. Yes, I've cheated and lied. So has 1,000 other 21-year-olds. My life just happens to be public. This was 8 months ago. I've learned from my mistakes and that I should own up to them. Please keep that in mind."
Kelsey.
Do you think thousands of other 21-year-olds do it?
Right.
I wasn't doing that when I was 21 years old. Whatever. But okay. I mean, I get it. We all
She's
make
trying
mistakes.
to normalize what she did. Still not right. Even if 1,000 people do it, doesn't mean that you can or should do it. So I don't really think that
1,000
that was
wrongs
a
doesn't
good
make a right.
point. Right. I don't think that was a good point at all.
Yeah. She also, she and Chloe went at it tonight on Twitter. Kelsey tweeted, "Definition of a friend: everyone, a person whom one knows and shares a bond with. Chloe, a person I can sabotage or deliberately destroy." And Chloe responded, "Kelsey, someone who blames others for her own actions. We are on a TV show and know it was going to be a storyline. You know my role on the show, but at the end of the day, none of this would be a thing if you didn't cheat on your boyfriend. Own up to your mistakes for
See,
once."
Wait a second, Kaylee, I'm going to stop you right there. She said, you know my role on the show. So it is like a rumor or kind of a known fact about Laguna Beach, or not Laguna Beach, the Hills, that like Spencer was kind of the villain or whatever,
Right.
quote unquote, I'm using air quotes. I don't really know what, I can't remember if this is true or not, but that makes me think, is Chloe getting like, like they all have their roles. Like,
It's true, yeah.
So,
They
like,
all play it up.
yeah, so like it is true. Like if you know Chloe's role on the show, which she's clearly stating to you right now, like know that if you're gonna tell something or you're gonna do something wrong, she's going to air out your dirty laundry.
Right. Don't tell Chloe if you don't want everyone to know.
So true, so true. Chloe, we know your role. Okay, I have one more. Kelsey Oh, Kelsey tweeted this. She said, I 100% told Jacob I kissed Jared. Not everything's caught on camera.
We were wondering that.
If that was caught on camera, don't you think they would have aired that?
No, because then it drags us out longer. Because if she just says we like danced around in the sand or whatever they did, then he's not like, you know what I mean? Like we're still like, oh, why didn't she tell him? But if she told him then, that makes more sense. And that makes more sense why he wants to take a break now.
Yeah.
You nifty little producers.
Right?
MTV.
Oh goodness, it all makes sense.
You MTVers do the darndest things.
Well,
That wraps it up.
thank you so much, because that last tweet tells it all, and I
Yes.
am excited that you shared that with us. Thank you so much, Kaylee.
You're welcome.
Let's get into some quick predictions. Kaylee, starting with you.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV.
She's so
way too
excited.
excited.
So excited.
Oh my lord. Okay, my prediction is Madison is going to back out of being in Brandon's music video.
Okay, fair enough.
If
Definitely.
she was smart.
Oh, I hope so. So my predictions. Ooh, I got a few up in there. Okay, so Juliet and Pauly are gonna go at it. Pauly, I think, is gonna go back to being typical Pauly and just getting in everybody's relationships. And also, I had another one. Oh, Tawny and Ben. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, I've got one to bounce off that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get some flirt action going on, and Madison's not gonna be too happy about that one.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on Kara and Garrett to fizzle out. I would love to see that happen, so I'm just going to predict it for next episode.
Okay.
Break up. We know you don't like each other.
Yeah.
Just break up.
So true. I definitely think that Ben is using Tawny as a pawn because he's upset with the whole music video situation. And I think Madison's actually going to go through with it. So I think that's why Tawny and Ben are going to start flirting, because he's going to be like, wow, if you can do that, then I'm going to do my own thing. And he's going to use it as like kind of like a pawn in his master plan, whatever it may be.
Trouble.
So much drama. Obviously, we know that these people and like it's sometimes some of it's curated. Like we don't know them personally. We're just talking about what we see on the show. So we have so much fun talking about them every week. We love you guys so much. Please make sure you comment below. Let us know your thoughts. Kaylee, in the meantime, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Kaylee Stump, and check out my podcast, Sex in Studio City.
And you can find me on Instagram at DJ_Bourdieu.
And hey guys, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at KatieWalski_.
Hey guys, Allie Nasta here. Find me on Instagram at AllieGirl. And of course, follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.